Hello everyone. Today the topic of online video lecture is anticholinergics, prepared by Narayan Pawar, Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, working in a Sri Prakash Chand Jain College of Pharmacy and Research, Palaskede. First, the definition of anticholinergic drugs. Before the definition, we revise some their synonyms of anticholinergic drugs. Anticholinergic drugs are also parasympatholytics agents. Their synonyms of cholinergic antagonists and anticholinergic drugs means anticholinergic drugs also name cholinergic antagonists, parasympatholytics or cholinergic blockers or parasympathetic blockers. These are the synonyms of anticholinergic drugs. The definition of anticholinergic drugs are the compounds that block the action of acetylcholine at parasympathetic system or parasympathetic nerve. Means the compounds are block the action of acetylcholine on a acetylcholic receptors. Generally acetylcholine receptors are muscarinic and nicotinic. Means those compounds block the action of acetylcholine at parasympathetic systems are nothing but anticholinergic drugs. Or also second one, the compound have high binding affinity for receptor but have no intrinsic activity. Means compound having a high binding affinity for receptor but have no intrinsic activity. Affinity generally is a measure of the tightness with which a drug binds to the receptors. Means affinity means generally the ability to bind drug molecule to the receptors. And intrinsic activity means a measurement of the ability of drugs that is bound to receptor, but after the binding to receptor to generate an activation stimuli and produces changes in cellular activity. Means intrinsic activity or efficacy, it means it's bind to the receptors as well as its some changes occurs in receptor or activate the receptor to produce a therapeutic effects or therapeutic response or biological effects. But the means affinity means generally the compounds are generally to bind the receptors, but it doesn't show a intrinsic activity. Means anticholinergic drugs are the compounds have high binding affinity for receptors. They have the binding affinity, but they doesn't have a intrinsic activity. Means anticholinergic drugs are just bind to the receptor, but they don't show any biological response or therapeutic response. It means everyone clear about the affinity and intrinsic activity. Intrinsic activity also called as a efficacy. Means in case of agonist having the both the property, it's bind to the receptor and produces a biological response or therapeutic response. But the antagonist have only affinity, it doesn't have a efficacy or intrinsic activity. Here anticholinergic drugs or cholinergic antagonist having a affinity but don't have a intrinsic activity, or agonist are the agent have a affinity as well as efficacy. Then next, mode of action of cholinergic anticholinergic drugs. The cholinergic antagonist reduces the number of free receptors that can interact with acetylcholines. Means anticholinergic drugs are reduces the number of free receptors by acting on a acetylcholinic receptors. Means the blocking the space of acetylcholine binding receptors, it reduces the number of receptors, free receptors. Means acetylcholine doesn't have any site to bind or act on the receptors. It means the cholinergic antagonist reduces the number of free receptors that can interact with the acetylcholines. Then next, blocking agent has high affinity for the receptor, may decrease the number of availability of free receptors and decreases the efficiency of acetylcholines. By blocking the receptor sites by anticholinergic drugs are decreases the efficiency of acetylcholine. It means there is no free receptor available for the producing their action of acetylcholine, because the receptor are already binded with the anticholinergic drugs. Means anticholinergic drugs just block the acetylcholinic receptor sites by inhibiting the binding of acetylcholine. This is the mode of action of. This way the anticholinergic drugs are act to inhibit the action of acetylcholine. Means anticholinergic drugs are just inhibit the action of acetylcholine by blocking their receptor sites. Next, structural activity relationship of anticholinergic drugs. Structural activity relationship of anticholinergic drugs, in that everyone know the structure of acetylcholine. The structure of acetylcholine is simply this one. Here are methyl group are attached with a strict C double bond. C double bond on this is, then ethylene bridge CH2 and last one is a quaternary ammonium. Just 3 methyl group are attached. To the nitrogen atom, means the nitrogen having the positive charge. This is the structure of acetylcholine. We are studying the structural activity relationship of anticholinergic drugs. The first site here, the methyl group having a 3 just one here. This is the structure of acetylcholine. Means here the replacing the hydrogen by R1, R2 and R3 X considered as a ester group and ethylene bridge and here nitrogen. Means structural activity relationship of anticholinergic drugs are taking the molecules of acetylcholine. Some substitute on the acetylcholine to produces the drugs are to produce their activity as a anticholinergic activity or generally a blocking action. It produces the receptor blocking action. Which of their substitution or structural activity relationships? Let's start. In the first, R1 and R2 are means two hydrogen are replaced by R1 and R2. If R1 and R2 are bulky hydrophobic, means here the bulky hydrophobic substitution are replaced by two hydrogens, it produces a high affinity, means they have the increasing the affinity, means here R1 and R2 are bulky hydrophobic substitution, it increases the affinity, means binding to the receptor, their ability to binding receptor are increases, but the decreases the activity, means receptor or therapeutic response are decreases, or some biological changes are decreases. Means if the R1 and R2 bulky hydrophobic substitutions are replaced or substituted, it increases the affinity and decreases the efficacy. At the third position, R3, if replacing or substituted hydroxyl group or a hydroxymethyl groups, it increases the affinity. At the R3 position, we have to replace hydroxyl group or hydroxymethyl groups, it increases the affinity. On the N substitution or nitrogen position, here the N substitution, the cationic head, means generally nitrogen have a cationic head. Quaternary and tertiary nitronium ion are decreases the agonistic property, means highly quaternary or tertiary ammonium ions are or nitrogen are decreases the agonistic properties, means here we just replacing the methyl by ethyl propyls, it produces a antagonistic activity, means here methyl group are attached to the nitrogens. By this alkyl group methyl, lower methyl means lower alkyl group, methyl are lower alkyl group, but we replacing this methyl group to increasing their carbon chains by like ethyl, propyl, it decreases the agonistic activity and increases the properties towards the antagonistics. And X ester groups, we are some replacing its effect on the duration of action, means the duration towards the binding of the receptors, means here on the X or esteric sides replacing or substituting, it affect on the duration of action or binding to the receptor. Then next chain, here ethylene bridge, the chain, the two methylene units are required for the binding to the receptors, means ethylene groups are required or two methylene groups or units are required to produce a anticholinergic as well as cholinergic activity. This is the simple overview of SAR. Let's in deep we see the first in the structural activity relationship. By the replacing R1 and R2, the substitution should be a aromatic, carboxylic or heterocyclic rings. or cycloalkyl for maximum antagonistic potency. Means on the R1 and R2 substitution are substituted aromatic carboxylic or heterocyclic rings and cycloalkyl rings for a maximum antagonistic activity. Means it produces a maximum antagonistic activity by replacing the aromatic carboxylic or heterocyclic ring as well as cycloalkyl rings. That ring produces a maximum antagonistic activity. Then hydrophobic groups on R1 and R2 enhances the binding to surrounding hydrophobic sites for affinity. Means hydrophobic groups on R1 and R2 enhances the binding to surrounding hydrophobic sites. Means receptor sites for affinity. Means binding to the receptors are increases by hydrophobic groups are replaced on the R1 and R2, and its effect to the shield the polar binding sites. Means sites for the intrinsic activity. Means binding shield means shielding effect. Here the electrostatic effect on the polar binding sites. It affect on the polar binding sites by this shield effect or electrostatic effects decreases the intrinsic activity or efficacy by the affecting the polar binding site. Then the next point of structural activity relationships, the same is R1 and R2. Generally one ring is aromatic and the other saturated or possessing only one olefinic bonds. Means if R1 and R2 having one of the R groups are substituted with aromatic and other are substituted with saturated cyclic rings, it increases towards the anticholinergic properties. The example of this is a procyclidins. Here the one ring are saturated and one are aromatics. Next point is it may be a fused aromatic or tricyclic ring systems. Means R1 or R2 may be a fused or tricyclic rings are produces a anticholinergic or blocking activity. Example of these are propanthenylene bromides. This one. The next, ring size is limited. The ring size should be limited by the substituting on the this one carbon, methyl group carbon R1, R2, R3. Or this ring is R1 generally we have structural activity relationships in the R1 and R2. Means substitution on R1 and R2 the ring size is limited. If we replacing by the naphthalene rings for R1 and R2 affords compounds that are inactive. Means compounds goes towards the inactive. Means it produces a inactive means inert compounds, that the compound doesn't show any activity on a cholinergic system. Means it doesn't show any agonistic or antagonistic activity. Then on the R3 position, the substitution of R3 position, some possibilities. Which are the possibilities? The substitution should be a hydroxyl. On the R3 group, the substitution should be a hydroxyl, methoxy group or hydroxymethyl group, hydrogen or amides component of R1 and R2. Means at the R3, on the R3 position, the substitution should be hydroxyl containing functional group are substituted to produces a antagonistic activity. Hydroxyl or methyl hydroxy for maximum antagonistic potency. If we are replacing here R3 by hydroxyl or methyl hydroxyl, it produces a maximum antagonistic activity or potency. Hydroxy substitution form hydrogen bonding with receptors. If we are substituted on the R3, it shows a hydrogen bonding effect with a receptor at a aspartic site of the receptor. Means hydroxide of substituent to form a hydrogen bonding with a receptor. It increases the binding strength of drug receptor interaction. Means it increases the binding strength of drug receptor interaction. Then next, structural activity relationship of on the X position. The substitution of X should be a ester, ethers or amino alcohols. Here X should be substituted by ester, ethers and amino alcohols. The most potent anticholinergic agents is an ester. Means here X at a X position we are replacing the or substituting the esteric group. It produces a potent anticholinergic effects. Then third one, affects only the duration of action. The effect of these X sites are affected generally the duration of action or binding duration towards the receptors. Then structural activity relationships or on the position of N substitution. Substituting on the N, substitution should be a quaternary or tertiary nitrogen. Nitrogen should be substituted by a quaternary or tertiary. The most potent anticholinergic agents is a quaternary ammonium salt. Generally, the potent anticholinergic agents is having a quaternary ammonium salt. The example are tri-dihexyethyl chlorides. This is the example. The alkyl substituent usually are methyl, ethyl, propyl or isopropyl. Means the substituting the nitrogen by generally the groups containing are methyl group, ethyl group, propyl or isopropyl group are substituted on this nitrogen or quaternary nitrogen. The optimum potency is associated with 2 to 3 ethyl groups. Means generally the optimum potency, antagonistic optimum potency is associated with 2 to 3 ethyl groups are present on the nitrogens. Means the chain are containing 2 to 3 ethyl groups. Then alkyl substitution cause diffusion of the onium charge. Means alkyl substituting on this to diffuses the onium charge, N becomes less electropositive. It is becomes less electropositive. Because of less electropositive, it is a less drug receptor interaction and it shows a less agonistic activity. Then the structural activity relationship on the bridge position or substitution on CH2 bridge or here maybe from 2 to 4 carbons long. Means the bridge or methyl chains are generally long is 2 to 4 carbons long. Methyl chain are 2 to 4 carbons are required for producing the anticholinergic activity or antagonistic activity towards the cholinergic systems. The most potent anticholinergic agents have 2 methylene units in this chain. Generally, the most potent anticholinergic agents have a 2 methylene units in these chains are required to produce a antagonistic activity. For example, amino alcohol. The example of synthetic derivatives containing amino alcohols. This is the structural activity relationship of anticholinergic agents. Then next, the classification of parasympatholytics or parasympatholytics agents, also called as the anticholinergic agent. The classification of parasympatholytics agents, there are generally 3 types. First, natural alkaloids, second, semi-synthetic agents and third one is a synthetic agent. In the natural alkalides, the example of natural alkalides are atropine sulfate, hyoscyamin sulfate, and scopolamine hydrobromides. These are the natural alkalides produces a parasympathetic effects. Example is atropine sulfate, hyoscyamin sulfate, scopolamine hydrobromides. Semi-synthetic agents are homoatropine hydrobromide, homoatropine bromide, ipratropium bromides. These are the agent to produces a parasympathetic activity. Then third is synthetic agents. Synthetic agent having their subtypes are 5 subtypes as per their structure. Synthetic agent having amino alcohols, esters, amino alcohols, ethers, amino alcohols, amino amides, and miscellaneous. The synthetic agents of parasympathetics are amino alcohol esters. The example of amino alcohol esters are clidinium bromide, glycopyrrolate, methanthelium, and propanthelium bromide. Methanthelium and propanthelium bromide, cyclopentolate, dicycloamine hydrochlorides. These are the amino alcohol esters. Example of amino alcohol esters. Then amino alcohol ethers are benztropine, mesylate, orphendrine citrate. Amino alcohol ethers example is benztropine, mesylates, and orphendrine citrate. And the third amino alcohols containing drugs are procyclidine hydrochloride, tridihexyethyl chlorides, bipyridine hydrochlorides. Then amino amides are isopropamide iodides, and miscellaneous drugs containing parasympathetics are propicamides, ethopropazine hydrochlorides. This is the classification of parasympathetic agents. Let's one by one natural alkaloid classification of parasympathetics are in that the natural alkaloids belonging to the family of solanous alkaloids. These are the solanous alkaloids. This is the structure of this is the structure of natural alkaloids. It produces a parasympathetic effects. Example atropine, hyoscyamin, and scopolamines. The levohyoscyamines and it is a racemate of atropine. Hyoscyamin are racemate of atropine, and scopolamine are racemate of atrosines. Racemates means a enantiomer of scopolamine are enantiomer of atrosines. Then the biological source of these drugs, the atropine biological source are diddley nightshades, Atropa belladonna, then hyoscyamin, henabin, Hyoscyamus nigrum, scopolamine is Jimson wheat, Datura stramonium. The atropines, this is the structure of this is the structure of tropane. Generally tropane is a bicyclic amines. Here two cycles are present. In that the rings sharing these two cycles, two bicyclic ring share the common nitrogen atom and two carbon atoms. Means this structure are simply like this. This is the structure of pyrrole. Here methyl group are attached, and second rings are pyrimidine. Second ring are pyrimidine, means pyrimidine containing here 1 carbon, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, means this is the pyrimidine ring. And second ring is a pyrrolidine, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, means this ring are pyrrolidine, means trophen structure rings are contain of 2 bicyclic rings. The 2 bicyclic rings are pyrrolidine and pyrimidine rings. These 2 bicyclic rings are fused with 2 carbons and 1 nitrogen. Okay, and same ester group here, atropine, this is the same. This is the natural alkaloids, it produces a parasympatholytic effects. Then the next structure of semisynthetic derivatives. This is the home atropine, ipratropium bromide, tiotropium bromide. These are the structure of semisynthetic derivatives. Then the next is synthetic derivatives, in that the amino alcohols esters. The example are clidinium bromide, this is the structure of clidinium bromides. Then glycopyrrolates, selectively glycopyrrolates are antagonistic activity towards more on the M1 receptor than M2 and M3 receptors, means glycopyrrolate having more activity, more antagonistic activity towards M1 receptor than the M2 and M3. Then propanthelene bromides, the propanthelene bromide's potency is 2 to 4 times greater than the methanthelium. This is the structure of methanthelium bromide. This structure is propanthelene bromide. All are amino alcohol esters are used as a anti-secretory and anti-spasmodic effects. Anti-spasmodic effects means the used to relieve the spasm of muscles, means to relieve the muscle spasm. Then next synthetic derivative is amino alcohol esters. Example is dicyclomine and cyclopentolates. This is the structure of dicyclomine and cyclopentolates. The selectivity of M1, the dicycloamines of anticholinergic activities are greater on the M1 and M3 receptor than the M2 and M4 receptor. Then the synthetic derivatives containing amino alcohol ethers, example diphenhydramine, orphendrine and benztropine. Benztropine having a anticholinergic effects, antihistaminic effects and local anesthetic properties. The antihistaminic effects means the treatment of allergic rhinitis and other allergies conditions, means the antihistaminic drugs generally used in the allergic containing rhinitis or other allergic conditions, it used as a antihistaminic effects. Means benztropine are produces a anticholinergic activity, antihistaminic activity or local anesthetic properties. Then orphendrine produces a low antihistaminic activity, it doesn't show a sedation effect, and high anticholinergic activity in a CNS. Sedation means promoting a calm or inducing a sleep. The patient should be a calm or sleep, induces a sleep. This is the sedation effect. But the orphendrine doesn't show any sedative effect. Then next one is a diphenhydramine. Diphenhydramine shows antihistaminics and sedative effects. Then synthetic derivatives, amino alcohols. The example of in the synthetic derivatives are amino alcohols. The example of dihexyethyl chloride bipyridine, procyclidine. These are the amino alcohols, synthetic derivatives of anticholinergics agent. They having the amino alcohol structure. There some it produces dihexylethyl chloride, produces a antispasmodic effect, anti-secretory activity, and bipyridine and procyclidine produces a anti-Parkinsonian effects. Then amino amides example is isopropamide iodides. Then synthetic miscellaneous derivatives of anticholinergic agents are tropicamides and papaverine. Papaverine are broad antispasmodic action on muscarinic receptor. It's non-specifically relaxant on vascular, cardiac and other smooth muscles. It means non-specifically antagonistic. It produces a non-specifically antagonistic activity. Then some difference between the quaternary nitrogen or tertiary nitrogen anticholinergic drugs. Means the drug having the anticholinergic drug having some quaternary nitrogen or tertiary nitrogen. Because of their tertiary and quaternary nitrogen, they produces some effects. What is effect? Let's see first structure of the quaternary nitrogen are, it is a ionized form, and tertiary nitrogen are non-ionized form. The potency of quaternary nitrogen is more potent in case of tertiary nitrogen. In case of quaternary nitrogen, the blood-brain barrier penetration effect is no, because it is a ionized form. But the tertiary nitrogen can be penetrated to the blood-brain barrier. Nicotinic receptor activity of the quaternary nitrogen means it produces a effect on nicotinic receptors. But the tertiary nitrogen doesn't produces the effect on the nicotinic receptor, means it doesn't block the nicotinic receptor, tertiary nitrogen. Then removed from the body means excretion. The quaternary nitrogen excreted unchanged in the urine, and the tertiary nitrogen are biotransformed in the livers. Means the ionized form of quaternary nitrogen are unchanged form through urine are excreted, but the tertiary nitrogen doesn't have the ionized form, it goes through the biotransformation in the liver. Then some or therapeutic uses of anticholinergic agents or anticholinergic drugs or parasympatholytic agents, their therapeutic uses. First therapeutic uses, they affect on block the secretory effects. Anticholinergic drugs or parasympatholytic drugs block the secretory effect of acetylcholine at secretory glands. Means block the secretory effects of acetylcholine at secretory glands. It is used as a anti-secretory by blocking the acetylcholinic effect of secretory effect. It is used as a anti-secretory. It is used as a anesthetic pre-medicant to reduce the secretion upon introduction of irritant general anesthetics. Means irritant general anesthetics produces some irritation, some secretion. That times the pre-medication or anesthetic pre-medication used as a anticholinergic drugs. The anticholinergic drugs are atropine, hyoscine and glycopyrrolate. These medicine, atropine, hyoscine, glycopyrrolate, used as a pre-medication of anesthetics that reduces the secretion. Then it is used in the peptic ulcer. Some anticholinergic drugs are used in the peptic ulcer to decreases the gastric secretion. Drugs are clidinium bromides, glycopyrrolates, methanthelium bromides, oxyfencycline, propanthelium bromides, tridihexyethyl chlorides, isopropamide iodide, and diphenamyl. These are drugs are used in the peptic ulcer to decrease the gastric secretions. Means the anticholinergic agents are inhibit the action of secretory. It is used in the pre-anesthetic medication and used in peptic ulcer. Then by blocking the contraction effect of acetylcholine on smooth muscle, anticholinergic agents are block the action on the smooth muscle. It is used as a antispasmodic effect. Used as a antispasmodic effect on the GI tract, gastrointestinal tract, or gastrointestinal spasm like effects on the GI spasms like abdominal cramps, pyloric spasm, gastric hypermotility, gastritis, or nervous dyspepsia. These effects are a painful and involuntary muscle contraction. These effects are produced by a involuntary muscle contraction and effects are painful in nature. In that, the drugs used as a atropine, homatropine, dicyclomine, glycopyrrolate, mepenzolate bromide, methanthelium bromide, oxyphencyclamine, propanthelium bromide, tridihexyethyl chlorides, isopropamides, iodides, papaver. These are drugs used in the GI spasms. GI spasm conditions like abdominal cramps, pylorospasms, gastric hypermotility, gastritis, and nervous dyspepsia. These are the GI spasm conditions. On these conditions, the anticholinergic drugs like atropine, homatropine, and this one are used in this condition. Their effect of these drugs are relax the contracted muscles and reduces the pain. The anticholinergic drugs are relax the contracted muscles and reduces the pain. Then the next use of these drugs on the nervous functional and drugs induced diarrhea may be controlled. Means nervous or functional and drug induced diarrhea may be controlled by the drug are used as a atropine, mepenzolate bromides. Means the therapeutic uses of anticholinergic agents containing atropine, mepenzolate bromides are used in diarrhea. Diarrhea means loose watery bowels movements that may occur frequently and with a sense of urgency. Diarrhea means loose watery bowels movements that may occur frequently and with a sense of urgency. Then next, to relieve urinary spasm or enuresis in children. Enuresis is a repeated inability to control urination. Enuresis means a repeated inability to repeated inability to control the urination. Means the next use of anticholinergic drugs are to relieve the urinary spasm or in enuresis in children. Vasoconstrictive drugs are oxybutynin, tolterodine, floxacin, or hyoscyamin. These drugs are used in the urinary spasm by relieving the urinary spasm or in enuresis. Effect of these drugs are competitively block of the muscarinic receptor, result in a reduction of the smooth muscle tone, reduce urinary incontinence or urgency and frequency. Then the third effect of anticholinergic drugs are block the contraction effect of acetylcholine on smooth muscle in the respiratory tracts. By blocking the contraction effect of acetylcholine on the smooth muscle in the respiratory tract, The blocking the acetylcholine contraction effects, their uses on the bronchodilators, used as a bronchodilators. In bronchial asthma, some condition used as an anticholinergic agent. In the condition that are the bronchial asthma, asthmatic bronchitis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. These are conditions produced by the contraction of smooth muscle by blocking the acetylcholine by drug using anticholinergic drugs are ipratropium, tiotropium on the condition like bronchial asthma, asthmatic bronchitis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Bronchi constriction and increased secretion observed in pulmonary diseases. In these diseases, some bronchi constriction and increased secretion observed in the pulmonary disease. Drugs are ipratropium, tiotropium. Ipratropium may also act on the surface of the mast cells to inhibit acetylcholine enhanced release of chemical mediator. And atropine administered with morphine to lessen the respiratory depression induced by morphine. Means atropine are used or it is given with a morphine to reduces the respiratory depression effects. Morphine shows us some respiratory depression. That time atropine administered with a morphine. Paralyzing the iris and the ciliary muscle. Next therapeutic uses of anticholinergic agents are paralyzing the iris and the ciliary muscles, used as a mydriatics. Mydriatics are the drugs to dilate the pupils. Means the mydriatics drugs primarily to relieve the ciliary spasms. In the mydriatics, in painful spasm conditions, iriditis, iridocyclitis, keratitis and choroiditis. These effects generally occurs in the painful spasm condition. These are the painful spasm conditions. The drugs are used in mydriatics are atropine, homatropine, phenylephrine, cyclopentolates, eukatropine, tropicamides. These are drugs used in the mydriatics. The effect of these drugs are relaxed to the intraocular muscles by blocking the meiosis effect of acetylcholine. Meiosis means it is a excessive constrict on the pupil of the eye. Then all mydriatics drugs are contraindicated in patient with a glaucoma. All our mydriatics drugs are contraindicated in the patient with a glaucoma. Then next, therapeutic uses of anticholinergic agent on the CNS, used in the Parkinsonian diseases. Parkinson disease are the decrease the level of, in the Parkinson disease the dopamine level are decreases. It is a CNS disorder in that the patient movements are affected, often including a tremor. In the Parkinson the dopamine level are decreases. It is a CNS effects. The effects of movement of patients are affected and the movement of patient are affected, often including the tremor. The therapeutic uses of anticholinergic drugs on CNS used in the Parkinson disease, the generally anti-Parkinsonian drugs, example benztropine, trihexyphenidyl, procyclidins, orphendrin and viperidins. And other used in motion sickness. Motion sickness means illness caused by motion during travels. During the travel, some illness related to the motions. In that, drugs used as a hyoscines. and dicyclomines. Hyoscines are side effects. Side effects of hyoscines are sedation, dreamless sleep, and amnesia. These are the therapeutic uses of anticholinergics agents. Then next, the therapeutic uses like antidotes. Some anticholinergic drugs are used as antidotes. Example is atropine. Let's see. Antidote to prevent the muscarinic effect. To prevent the muscarinic effects of acetylcholine accumulation, such as vomiting, abdominal cramps, diarrhea, salivation, sweating, bronchoconstriction, and excessive bronchial secretion. Means antidote to prevent the muscarinic effects of acetylcholine accumulation. Means increases the acetylcholine. It causes such a vomiting, abdominal cramps, diarrhea, salivation, sweating, bronchoconstriction, and excessive bronchial secretion. Means these are affected by the parasympathetic activity by affecting the acetylcholines. The antidote to prevent the muscarinic effects, means these effects are prevented by the giving the antidote, and the antidote generally atropine or glycopyrrolate. Then the acetylcholine accumulation may be due to the anticholinesterase action. Means the anticholinesterase example is physostigmine. Means these anticholinesterase are inhibit the degradation of acetylcholines. Because the degradation of acetylcholines it's inhibited, means anticholinesterase, the enzyme cholinesterase are useful in the degradation of acetylcholine molecules, but the inhibiting the cholinesterase activity by giving the anticholinesterase drugs, means the increases the acetylcholine accumulation, may be due to the anticholinesterase action. The example of anticholinesterase is physostigmine. Physostigmines are reversible anticholinesterase inhibitor. Used in mushroom poisoning. Some anticholinergic drugs used in mushroom poisoning because high muscarinic action due to the muscarine of mushrooms. From the mushrooms, the muscarines are affected on the muscarinic receptor, means used in the mushroom poisonings. High muscarinic action due to the muscarinic of mushroom, means from the mushroom, the muscarine, it is a natural parasympathomimetic agents. It shows effect through the muscarinic receptors. Because of high muscarinic or muscarinic effects, they are required some antidotes. The example of antidotes are atropine or glycopyrrolates. Antidotes of each other. Antidotes of each other means atropines. If atropine poisonings are produces, it's inhibited or blocked by physostigmine. If physostigmine poisoning occurs, it inhibited by atropine. How? Belladonna poisoning. Belladonna containing atropines, it produces a belladonna by cholinergic effects. Means belladonna poisonings, it decreases the cholinergic effects. Means atropine. Belladonna having a atropine. Atropine are anticholinergic agents. Means it inhibit the cholinergic effects. And anticholinesterase poisoning. These are the physostigmine. This is the drugs early mushroom poisoning muscarinic. Means these drugs excessive physostigmines, it increases the cholinergic effects by increasing the availability of acetylcholines. Means it inhibit the cholinesterase enzymes. Means if the cholinergic effects is increases, we have to take an atropines. Atropines their action to decrease the cholinergic effects. If cholinergic effects if cholinergic effect is decreases, we are taken a physostigmine. Physostigmines are increases the effect of cholinergic effects. Everyone know the atropine function. It is the anticholinergic drugs, and physostigmine are a cholinergic drugs. Then some side effects of anticholinergic agents are restless. Atropine produces some side effects atropine like side effects are dryness of the mouth, urinary retention, and blurred vision, constipation. These are the effects of atropines or anticholinergic drugs produces some side effects. So here we will finish the anticholinergic drugs. Thank you.